Hello, everybody. This is Arsenal Football Cast, and this is Obizo J. We are live on we are live for our podcast that we are live for the podcast for Sunday, February 1st. This is Arsenal Football Cast. Yes. First of all, I want to say this is the first podcast we are having this year, 2026. And we just finished the game for the weekend. But first, I want to introduce I have two of my panelists with me. I have Senator Vuvuzela and Mr. Osa. Uh, yes, football. Interesting weekend, interesting times. Can you guys hear me? Um,
Loud and clear.
Good.
Yes.
Yes, you guys can hear me. That is the most important part of the day. Yeah. We just first before we go deep into other conversations, the outcome for the weekend. The outcome for the weekend. We saw Arsenal winning away at Leeds, the hostile ground. They won four. They were 4-0 up, clean sheet. I heard today that Madueke's goal, the goal that they said was own goal, has been given to Madueke. The goalkeeper, um, the goal that was given to the goalkeeper yesterday afternoon, so that has been given to Madueke. Now we increased the cushion 7 points yesterday, and with the outcome for today's results, how lucky are we? Aston Villa lost at home to Brentford. Man City drew hosted at White Hart Lane. What do we say from here? Mr. Osa, let's start with you first. How is this going? How do you feel about it?
Well, for once, I would say thank you to Spurs. Those they're still Spurs, yeah. Yeah, it's the first half. I thought it was game over. To be honest, I was almost just switching off the TV and just telling myself it's another Spurs show. But before you knew what was happening, they pulled one back. But I think that should have been a foul on Guehi. Because you can't kick someone kick his leg and they hit the ball. I think that's a foul. Because if it was the other way around, it would have been a penalty, isn't it?
Yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So I think, but again, I'll take that goal. And then from then, I don't know what happened to City. They just, they just fell apart like a pack of cards. And then the second goal, oh wow, that was sublime. That reminds me of Giroud. In
Yeah,
fact, I thought that was
the
Giroud on the
scorpion,
pitch.
the
The
scorpion kick.
Scorpion, yeah, yeah. So I think
Yes,
it's quite good. It's a good weekend for the Arsenal. Considering the fact that next week we're playing at home at the Emirates, we're playing Sunderland, and City they're going to Anfield against an informed Liverpool. So that's another one to watch out for. And we are playing first. So we win our games, all pressure will now be on City. So it's a good weekend, and I'm looking forward to next weekend as well.
good. I um, I actually asked a couple of questions before. I said, not why are we taking Aston Villa out of this title run? Why is Aston Villa? Everybody is talking about City going here, City playing there. We know what City can do. We know Pep. We know, yes, Pep is one of the greatest football managers that we have seen or we have experienced. Good, especially at this point when competition is very, very. Fomsky, sorry, I think I have to delete yourself and add again. Um, at this point in time, that is very, very difficult. Football is difficult. There are no, I would say there are big teams and small teams. But why are we not talking about Aston Villa? Aston Villa before the game today had the same span with City, and they were able sitting on a better position because they were playing Brentford at home, which City was going to Spurs away, having that bad record there. Why are we not including Aston Villa into this conversation?
Well, if you ask me, I think the first thing is lack of squad depth. They don't have the depth. Their squad is very thin, and um, Emery is a good coach. He's a super guy, but I don't think he quite understand what it takes to go on such a run. So two things for me, or rather three things. The third one is also the. Have you noticed they are goal shy? They only have +9 goals, and this is I think this is the 20 no the 16. Yeah, we played 16 matches so far, isn't it? Or thereabout, or I can't remember. 24 matches. Yeah.
We played
And
20,
then
20 plus matches. Yes, we have done more than
20
half
plus
of
matches.
the team.
And for a title contender, you only have +9 goals. Compare with the people you're chasing. One of them got +29 goals. Arsenal +29, City +26. So if you look at the goals scored, if you look at the goals they concede, the squad depth, and the managers, Pep is the reason Pep is still City is still in the equation is because of Pep Guardiola. If you have another coach there, believe me, it would have been game over. Everybody will be tipping Arsenal because Pep has done it time and time again. They've got the pedigree, and they've got this January. They added, I think, two very good players: an attacker who is supporting uh, Haaland, and then you have Guehi, who is a very very good defender. So I think that's why you have City still in the equation. For Villa, they don't have the squad depth. They are Gosha, and then the coach. I don't think he understands how to win the EPL just yet. Yeah, that's my submission.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Fufuzela, I would ask you the same question, which is, what do you think about the outcome from this weekend's result? Because somebody said, if the result turns out to be the way it is now, that there's no doubt that the title goes to Arsenal. So what is your I'm not saying I'm the person on it, but I'm saying yes, I feel kind of comfortable compared to having the earlier points and now deficits, but now it's a bit comfortable. What do you think?
All right. So I'll take us back to last weekend when we lost against United, and everybody was in a panic mood and saying, "Here we go again. Here we go again."
Yes.
Football. You said something about football and luck. Well, there's a little bit of luck to football, but football is about consistency, performance on the pitch, and psychology not to panic. And I think
Yes.
uh, us as Arsenal fans, we panic a lot just because of what has happened within the last two seasons. And City, I knew for a fact that City, Aston Villa, even United, they are going to drop points. Arsenal will drop some points before the end of this season. But it now goes back to look at our performances in the last 3 months, 4 months. You can definitely see that sometimes we drop off a form, sometimes then we pick ourselves up. I think that's what happened within the last 2 weeks. We dropped off in form a little bit, maybe because of injury, uh, the Christmas games that were like back to back to back. It's bound to happen. But now a lot of people have come back from injury. We have stabilized a bit. And from here on, I think it's going to be steady. Let me put it like that. As we found out, City definitely they are still some cobwebs there. They haven't figured themselves out. And first half they played well, but that has also been the pattern to their story this season as well. They play good this week. The next week they drop off. They play good. They have a good first half. The second half, they kind of drop off. Spurs were flat in the first half, and the reverse was the case in the second half. So I would say let's not panic. Um, there's going to be some ups and downs before the end of the season as well. I hope we can win all our matches, but there are going to be some draws here and there. But it's now bound. Let's keep on doing what we are doing, and our whoever is right behind us, City and Aston Villa, so to say, they will still fumble a little bit. Now, you said something about Aston Villa.
Villa.
Why
Yes.
nobody's talking about them? And
Yes.
I think when it comes to winning, especially the Premiership, it's about habits. I don't. If you look at the Aston Villa team from top to bottom, I don't know who has won a trophy in there in the past. I don't know, 2 seasons, 3 seasons. There's no habit of winning in that team. Why we focus on City because they have a habit of winning. Their players there. I
Even
mean,
the manager mentality is
Rodri. It's
finances, prowess,
yeah, exactly.
action,
And
turnaround.
And that is what has happened to Arsenal since we last won our last Premiership. We lost our habit of winning titles. And when that is gone, it takes time for you to get it back. United is the same thing. So it's why we don't want to focus on them. Well, squad depth as well. They have a very very small squad, and if you look at, they really cannot spend much because of what do you call it, financial fair
Yeah,
play.
that's
They really
yeah.
cannot spend. Yeah, they have rich owners, but they really cannot spend much. But if you go down to their squad, the manager yes have won European titles when he was in Spain, but in this team now, it's very difficult to have those players, to find those players that have had the habit of winning. And if Arsenal, or when Arsenal grabs his first Premiership, the mentality will change in the team.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. I see that. I had that thought today, and I said I was going to air it out. I know it's going to, it might offend a lot of people, or people might feel funny about it. I believe if this Arsenal team gets to a final, which probably we hope by Tuesday this week, we can outrun our opposition to get into the first final. And I think that first final is going to be one of the first finals we'll encounter if we qualify for it. I mean, the AFL final is the first one, Abi,
Yes.
before they get the FA Cup and other other follows. If we,
Yeah,
I believe, if this team can experience just one of those celebrations with the medal, it will give them a very huge boost. Although there are a lot of, I think the majority of them there, AC just came from winning the FA Cup, right?
and the Community Shield.
Um, yeah. Then who again? I think somebody else. Who did again?
The Spaniard, Merino, Zubimendi, they are all
Yes.
champions with their
Okay.
national team
The national team. The striker Guterres, which is with the
from
Sporting.
Portugal. Yeah.
Yes, these people. Yes, they have it. They have felt it. So imagine achieving it with this team. That means Arsenal might become very little. But I'm not getting carried away. I'm not getting carried away. The next question I want to say is, what is the difference? What is the difference between it's going to be two questions. What is the difference between this Arsenal team and the other teams that have finished second? That's one. But in the same question, why is the play different? You understand my question? First, what is the difference between this Arsenal team and the other teams? I think three times we have consecutively finished second. In three consecutive seasons, we have finished second. Now, from those teams that have finished second, three, What is the difference between them and now? And secondly, those teams that finish second, what their play? How come their play is different? The way they play then is different from the way they play now. Is it that the opposition? Okay, just those are the questions. Also, what do you think?
So I think the first thing is maturity. I think they've grown in terms of how they handle the matches, how they handle defeat. There's a huge difference, and then the personalities that have come in. Last weekend, we saw Zubimendi make a blunder that led to the first goal. But this weekend, oh,
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay, it's basic. Yes, that's what we always experience when we use internet. We have the best of internet around the world, but it's okay. I think we lost him there. So, Mr. Bubu,
Yeah. So the difference, as Osa was saying, personality. I think for me, so to say, we have the depth in the squad. I think 2 seasons ago we lost Odegaard and Saka, and everything crumbled. The
yeah,
other time it was what you call it. Okay, Osa, are you back?
yeah, sorry,
Okay,
yeah, the
all right, go.
internet. So, as I was saying, last weekend was Mendy making the blunder. Then this weekend, he scored the first goal. So that's how much they've grown, and then that also tells you he has the winning mentality. He knows he's been in championship finals before. He has delivered, so he knows that one game does not matter. Unlike the previous seasons, when something like this happened, then you just notice their shoulders drop, and that's just the end of that race for Arsenal. But this season is really different. And then you have people like Declan Rice. Regardless of what happens, I think if you ask my view, I think he should be one of the captains, if not the first captain coming next into going into next season. So I think maturity is one of them, and then the squad depth. Imagine bringing in what's his name, Madueke. It wasn't even going to start. It was out during warm up that Saka had the injury, and then it delivers 2 goals. So that's just how much the team has grown, and kudos to what's his name, done better for what he has done. I think it really, really made a huge difference. I think there's really little drop off in the team. And last season as well, the previous seasons, once there is an injury to a defender, will struggle. But this season, you don't even notice that. I think it's only, if you ask my own candid opinion, it's only Nkapie that I believe struggles a little bit on that left back. So the depth is something that has really, really helped the team, and then the caliber of players as well. And I look forward to what's going to happen in the summer with the likes of Alvarez being linked, and the Juventus chap Yildiz. So if those guys come in, it's going to be a more robust team as well, going forward. So I think that's what has happened. Then in terms of play, I think Arteta has found a way to especially with the set pieces, to overcome the low block issue. If you notice, when most teams come to Arsenal or play against Arsenal, they set up with a low block. Unfortunately for Leeds, they were attacking, and that's why they got beaten 4-0. So if you want to attack Arsenal, you're going to lose. But if you play a low block, Arsenal struggle too. That's why they've now resorted to the set pieces and all of that. You just have to find a way to win. If it's a 1-0, if it's a scrappy goal, if it's a set piece, just win the game and move on. So that's why you notice like today, there was, I don't think this man scored. Did Alan score today?
no,
I don't think he did. He
no.
hasn't scored. You can, yeah. So the strikers are struggling because I think the defenders have improved. They are doing better, and then there's still that low block issue. So that's why I think it's a bit. Arsenal is different from last season. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bubu.
Yeah.
Just
So In terms of, as Osa said, we have depth in the squad now, and different personalities come in the club since the past 2 seasons. We've always fell off when we had injuries. Saka had an injury one season. Odegaard the same thing. Saliba, I think, was Saliba the first time, and our defense crumbled. But there's something else that I don't know. A lot of Arsenal fans complain about. You talk about the style of play, and if you look back, in my opinion, there's this question out there: defenses is it a defense that wins titles or attack? To me, it's a defense that wins titles. And 2, 3 seasons ago, we played very expansive, exciting football going forward, and they didn't take us anywhere. I think the last time that Mourinho was the first one that came with this low block, call it parking the bus, defend. I think the Chelsea team of, I can't remember the year, they only conceded 15 goals the whole season, which is still a Premiership record till
Yeah,
date. Yeah,
15
so
goals.
so as long as the opponent cannot score, you have a better chance of winning a football match. And that went on to Pep. When Pep came, he did a little bit different. He controlled the game of all the passes going from left to right just for you not to have the ball. So they did their own defense in a different way. Liverpool came with Klopp, which was the heavy metal football where everybody attacked and everybody defended as well. That's what um, Klopp told his players. All the forwards, Salah, Mane, you must defend. And that worked for them. Now, coming back to Arsenal, if you see, sometimes it comes out as, which is maybe sometimes not the right tactic, it depends on who we're playing. Sometimes we play not to lose rather than playing to win. Yeah.
Yes.
So in that, oh, I I I see the idea of it. If you don't lose a game, you're going to come out either with a draw or a win.
Yeah.
But if you go out all attack saying you want to score 5 goals, what happens if the opponent scores 6?
True.
Yeah, so the style of play is a little bit different. It's contained football. Um, we've criticized, and I think that's why Eze is not really getting in the team because he is a free flowing midfielder, while Odegaard is more of a wait for the right moment to pick the pass. So it slows down the game. He looks up. If there's no real pass, he takes it backwards or sideways, which is a type of defense on his own. And if you could see with the last 2, 3 seasons as well, if you look at the transfers that we've made, we've bought a lot of defensive-minded players. It's
Yeah.
only now that we are stepping forward to say, okay, let's put some sprinkle of attacking players here and there, and we have kept our attacking players that have been injured. We just wait for them to come back. Jesus, he has been injured for a very long time. We kept him.
Yeah, 9 months. Yeah.
Instead of okay, let's buy a new. So, but of recent time, Madueke has come, Eze has come, but we've literally bought 2 sets of defenders.
Yeah.
Califiori,
Mbappe, Mosquera.
exactly. So I see the tactic that Ateta is throwing in there. It's not exciting, but it's efficient. Yeah.
Well,
So
okay, okay. See, when we say exciting, I want to say something because you have explained, you gave me this explanation and I understand. Yesterday or the day before, I listened to a guy that talked about people played against Arsenal. That every team, including Pep Guardiola this season, had played a low block against Arsenal. So basically, people say when you play against a low block team, there are difficulties or there are tendencies that you might play an ugly or a very ugly game because these people are just going to stand and watch you try to break through them. Then what they do, they swing, they keep one man up front, swing the ball, and they expect you to start chasing after the guy. You know that's what that's what it is. Because if you see the way we play in the EPL and the way we play in the Champions League, you could tell that other teams make us play ugly, not because we want to play ugly. Even though when we watch the Liverpool game and you can watch the Liverpool and Fulham, like the Man United and Fulham today, they were both
Oh,
all
sorry. Did you just hear that Mikel Merino will be out? Is injured, broken bone, broken toe bone or something
who?
like that.
Merino.
Mikel Merino, yeah. David Austin just tweeted that he will be out for a
Another
considerable
one
number of
again,
time.
but Mikel Merino, the guy that saved us last season, that kept us on kept us in the chat. So another one, but how long is he going to be out for?
It's not stated. It just came in now.
Okay, so when we talk about the ugly football, yes, you see the game against Leeds yesterday, they didn't have they didn't have this what's it called, the block, and look what happened to them in that same pitch. Liverpool couldn't get a win. Chelsea couldn't. Manchester United couldn't. Because these teams, when it comes to us, when it comes to Arsenal, they change the whole tactics and it makes it difficult. And we are human beings. Most stars that I got, anytime these days everybody has been saying Saka has not had a goal in 12 matches, Saka has not had a goal in 13 matches, Saka has one assist. In the Premier League, I think Saka is the only striker that always has two men on him. Go and watch every game, every Arsenal game. Anytime Saka is with the ball, there are two guys coming on Saka. And Saka is not Messi that will always beat two men when they come to him. Even at that, he still makes little impact. So the way people play against us makes our game ugly. That's just what I'm trying to
No,
say.
he
Then
tried.
we have two other people in the studio. We have Nero Dap, we have Tatupo. Okay. The next question is
Yeah, that
um
was here.
yeah. The next question is we know the transfer window ends in a few days. The transfer window ends in a few days. Yes. And this is one of the very first time in a very long time that Arsenal fans have not complained about the club needing a striker, a winger, a fan, a goalkeeper, a new manager, and we are just playing the games as they come. This is the first time I think in the last 2 years. Remind me if it has happened before. We didn't even observe the transfer window or complain or talk about it. Now, in the summer, who or which marquee player, tell me, which marquee player, let's say one or two that you want to be added to the team, if we need to add to the team. I like to go with Tupo. You came first before Nero down. Tupo, are you there to make a submission on this?
Yes, I'm here.
Good. Can you hear me clearly? Because you're a big part of your microphone.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. So did you get my question?
Come again with the question.
Good. I said in summer, because we are not going to buy new players this transfer window.
Yeah, I know you
Uh,
talked about we not acting. Yeah.
Again, congratulations. I think they said Shevchenko left back.
Zichenko, Zini.
Zinchenko has finally made his transfer to Ajax complete. He's no longer an Arsenal player. but he still supports Arsenal because on Facebook himself and the Japanese guy they always comment. So I said in this Arsenal club now, Mr. Tupo, this Arsenal club that you see in summer, if you want to say okay, Arsenal needs to add one or two players, which player would you want Arsenal to buy and for which position?
Well, if we if we go by what we have right now, like what you just explained, this is the first time we have not actually complained about new coach, new defender, or whatnot. But if Arsenal is going to up their game, it will only be dependent on what plays out at the end of the season because I don't want to jump the gun. Right now we are is it not? It's not a 3 horse race. It's a 4 horse race right now because we are pursuing the League Cup, pursuing Champions League, FA, and so many other cups. And one way or the other, we are playing all the games, and we are not lacking. And if we still look at our bench, we still have players who are not even having playing time, who were once stars in Arsenal, and maybe by virtue of injury they stepped aside. You know,
Yeah,
so I don't think Arsenal should be looking at getting in a very major player right now. All we need to do is to improve on what we have and try to build a younger team that will sustain these ones. Because what Arteta has done, I remember we've been talking about Arteta for a while. I had my own predictions then that Arteta will turn up after 4 years because it will take his time to grow a squad that will easily fit into anything he wants to play. Though he has not gotten it perfectly, but I believe he has achieved it to a very reasonable level. So what he needs now is sustainability, and what he used to sustain such team is bringing in younger players who can easily replace players who go matured. We at Saka is no longer a young player; he's already a matured player. We have many people who came into the team as young players, Gabriel and the others. Our keeper, they are all becoming matured players. Tomorrow they will be the ones that they will be selling, not we buying. They will be the ones going into the market for high prices. So
yeah,
I don't think our issue now is who we will add to the team. I think our issue is how to sustain this team by bringing in fresh legs that can mature within the next 2 years to take over from these people who we are already have. But if we want to go by direct question and say it's a yes or no answer, I don't know if Jokaes is the real point man Arsenal is looking for. I don't believe it's Gabriel Jesus. That one is out of it. It's only he delivers for me when he comes off the bench. But if he plays full game, I don't see him. But when he comes off the bench, that smartness is there for the last 10, 15 minutes. So it's not our point man. For Jokaes, for what Arsenal is hoping to achieve in the future, I don't know if Jokaes will be the one to stand out to say, okay, yes, I am the game changer. So I think we should be looking at that. But what we have, what we have is okay if these guys can really, if they can really turn up, or if they can continue to be nurtured to become very mature. Other than that, maybe we'll find a defender that will help us fill in the gap, you know. But if we bring in a very special defender, that means we are going to drop one of the lot we already have, which is working for us. I don't think we want to alter that. In our midfield, we have Zubamendi, we have is it White Rice. Uh, we have some other people. So I think we are doing well. Let's take it from there. Thank you.
oh, okay, thank you. Narrow down. The question is next to you.
Yeah.
Please, the same question.
Uh,
What do you think?
fellow
Because
Gunners,
now
I,
the
I
way,
greet you.
yeah, the way it seems, they will have to
Well,
be
Junior,
iron.
yeah,
Can you
can
hear
you
me? I
hear
can hear
me?
you clearly. Loud and clear. You're loud and clear.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the question you asked is, which position do we think that Arsenal should probably get one or two players to boost, right?
Yes. If we have
My
to,
take
because
on that matter is, yes, yes, I mean, first with, I mean, the the body language, right, in the club is they are not going to buy anybody. It's not looking as if they are looking at anybody this January. I mean, January is even ended.
No, no, the transfer
So,
window is always ended. It
and
may feel like
we have a very,
Are you sure
yes.
narrow down? Because
So I
there's
think
an
what,
injury as we speak, so they may go for a loan deal.
in January. I mean, now we have
who?
Yeah,
in a couple of hours the transfer window will be shut now.
anything can
Let's say I think
happen.
on Monday.
Yeah, because Merino is out for a long time, so they may
Monday.
have to. Yeah, they may have to. They are looking.
Yes, if
Merino is out for a long time.
even if yes, yes, yeah. Because I mean, even if Merino is going to be out for a long time, I think what we have, we should be able to manage the players that we have the rest of the season, regardless of the competition that Arsenal actually competing in right now. Because sometimes you see that, on match day, there are some players that they don't even list at all, and even if they do, they don't really have game time. So I've actually checked all the positions. Arsenal probably be having like minimum of two players to fill each position in that squad. So I don't think the club is going to probably want to get one or two players, even if Merino is going to be injured. I mean, we still have a lot of people in that midfield, right? That can hold forth. Some people are not even playing. You understand? So getting new players, which means the people that have been on the bench all along will still continue to. I mean, Nogard is even there. It's one player that we don't even talk about. And whenever he plays, he tries his best to make sure that he holds his own. So for me, I think that we should just manage this squad and see how we can begin to use some other players that don't really see game time. So that's my take
Okay,
on the
okay.
on the
This is
issue.
this is what can you hear me? This is what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
Or this is what I was trying to ask.
support. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Well, yeah, loud and
Yeah, we
clear. We can
can.
hear
We
you.
can.
Yeah, yeah, I support what you said because if you from Wenger's press briefing before the last game, I think he said something about asking the Premier League if they can consider having 20-man squad instead of I think 13 to increase the numbers because he's having to leave some players out of match day squad and is not it does
It's not
not
good.
it's difficult to manage players in that regard because to let a professional footballer know that he's not even in the match day squad at all, he will not be on the bench. So I think with this one injury, that means there will be a player coming from outside the match day squad. So, like, I think if we have all our players fit, Luis Kelly will not be in the squad. I don't think Luis Kelly will be in the squad if we have all our players fit. So, Luis Kelly can still play that. Let's not forget, Luis Kelly is a midfielder. He can play
Yes,
that
you can play
position.
from the midfield.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
and we can still end one area's loan at any time and call him back. We recall one area. So I don't think getting a player in now, and no player will want to come on loan if you don't guarantee him game time. That's another thing. So who's going to come? It's a World Cup year. So tell me the established player that is going to come, the very good player that is going to come, that's as good as Merino or better than what we have, Nogard,
Yeah, but
that's going to come and
even with
fill
the
that gap. I
Merino
don't
was
think
not a
there'll be a
starter.
player, and I don't think that there's a player in the market that will come and fill the gap
Yeah, but I said even with
without
Merino was not a Merino
promising
was not.
or without giving assurance of that game time. So with what we have, with what we have, because this is the depth. This is the reason why we had that depth before. Injuries like this is the reason why we had two, three players in every position. So if we have to rush to the market to buy after just one injury, that means we didn't have that depth before. And if you look at that midfield position, it's one of the positions that we have enough. I think is the position that we have the most players in that
Enough.
midfield.
enough players.
Yes, we should be fine. I don't think there's cause for alarm because even as you said, Nogard is we don't even talk about Nogard and is we bought him as the captain of Brentford. He was one of their best players in Brentford. Is good because all the time he's coming
Yes,
to play. He has done. He's not even. It's not as if we've just managed. He has done so well. He played in defense. He played in centre back. He did well. Played in
very
that
well.
sixth position, and he's done so well. When they took off, what was his name? Um, Zubimendi. He came in for Zubimendi, and he didn't do bad. He was okay. It was more than average. I don't think. I don't think we have a problem though in that position. I don't think we have a problem. The thing is that uh, the manager, what I've decided to agree on that the manager knows the squad. He knows what he wants and what he needs the players to do. If it's working for him, it's okay. At the end of the day, if he wins the league, you can't criticize a man that have won the league, even if even if he wins the league with each player scoring 3 goals each or 5 goals each. He's just won the league. He's done it. Not until then. I know people will criticize. Yeah, they rightfully they have the right to criticize with what they're saying, but you cannot take the fact that he's 6 points clear, and that's it. I don't think if Ateta, the kind of power Ateta had in Arsenal now, if he needs a player, he will get that player. If he needs to cover, if he needs cover, he will get cover. Don't forget we have Eze. We don't even talk about Eze, and Eze is not even playing. Odegaard is
Yeah,
there. They can play that holding position, but Marino he barely plays six. So Odegaard is there, Rice is there, Eze is there, Zubimendi, Nogard. If we have like five midfielders. I think we are
Yeah,
we
but,
are good.
but remember we have
It's
poor
just that Merino,
communication.
Merino, Merino. It's just that Merino's talent because Merino can still play that nine position at times when we need like a false nine, someone that brings something different, someone that can just pop in and score goals. But I know we will miss that, but you always miss even if Raya gets injured, even if whoever gets injured, we will always miss anybody that
Yeah,
gets
Mr.
injured. So
Mr.
that's the
Wee,
thing.
Mr.
Moreno's
Wee, can you hear
injury
me?
is he? Well, sorry, Moreno's injury is he going to be out till the end of the season? Is it that serious?
It's a foot injury. Foot injuries are a tricky injury, though. It can be till end of the season. It can be one because this one that they need. They're talking about seeing a specialist. It's not when you have to see a specialist. That means it's not like a one
Yeah,
month
Mr.
thing.
Okay.
Mr. Wee, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mr. Wee, can you hear me? Mr.
But
Wee,
anyway, we are good.
I
We are
don't think
good.
I don't think
Six
he
points
can hear
clear.
you.
If
you
City
can hear
can't beat
me.
Spurs, so if City can't beat Spurs, and they cannot beat
Uyi,
Villa.
Uyi, can you
Uh,
hear us? Can you
yeah, I
hear
can
us?
hear you.
Okay, yeah. Bizo was trying to get your attention.
No, but
Okay.
can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you guys
I
hear
can't.
me?
I can't hear. I cannot hear Obizo.
I can
Junior,
hear
I can
Bizo.
hear you loud and clear. Junior, I can hear you here.
Junior,
Oh,
I
Yeah,
can hear you. I think it's
Bizo, I
only that
can
I
hear you,
cannot
but
hear.
Uyi can't hear you.
I cannot hear
okay.
him for some
You can
reason.
hear
I don't
me.
know.
Because I've been trying to ask you the question. The question is
Or you want to drop me and bring me back?
no. I don't think it's
I don't
I'm
think
not.
Junior. I don't think he can hear you. Okay. Yes. No.
Okay, it's dropped off now.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, sure. Uyi, can
Who
Oh,
you
can
hear?
you hear me?
no, I cannot hear Junior.
That's strange. It's not, I don't know why you can't hear me, but
Let
Uyi
me
is
leave.
back now. He's back now.
Yes, I'm back, but I cannot hear Junior. That's
But
the thing.
I can hear Uyi very well.
I can hear you. I hear you
Yes, I
very
can
good.
hear every other person apart from Junior.
Okay, I
Oh,
think
okay.
it's
Oh,
Uyi's. I
Okay,
think it's
okay, so
Uyi's
wait,
from
okay,
Uyi's
let me
side.
change it. Let
Okay,
me change it.
let me leave and come back. Yeah,
Okay,
All right.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me leave
So,
and come
but
back.
what I was trying to say is this. I know Arsenal has a full squad. I know we have a full squad, and I know the difference from other seasons is because we now have the strongest depth we have ever had. And not just depth with quality. That is why that's the difference. I'm not saying we have won the league before people will misquote me, but I'm saying It's true. It's true. Because if anything happens tomorrow, they'll say that you said this, you said that. If we have to now, we want you. We want we Arsenal fans. We want that Real Madrid mean team, Barcelona mean team, Bayern mean team, Man City mean team mixed together. Where we have the most solid defense, the most mean attack, and a very compound midfield. What I'm saying is, look at this Arsenal squad now. If you have to remove two players to insert two more players, how and who would you do? Because a lot of rumors and grumbles, a lot of rumors and grumbles. We sometimes we act like we think Ateta does not hear us. When we talk, when we make all these things, I think the manager does hear us. Because today you say, why is this person not starting? Start Harvest, do this. The next game is what we want. That's what happens. It works, sometimes it does not work. But I'm saying, if you want to remove any
I
player
can't
from
hear
Arsenal
anything.
now,
Oh.
you want no, we don't worry. They'll tell you if you want to remove someone from Arsenal now and bring in new people, who would it be? I know Trossard is in his 30s, he might leave. Nogard in his 30s, that's a certainty, he might leave too. Martinelli is not in his 30s, but everybody is saying Martinelli and Saudi Arabia they have ties, and Martinelli might leave.
Let me see.
That's in the grumble. Who would you remove and who would you bring? For me, Trossard can go, Yildiz can come in. Gabriel Jesus can go, the Julian Alvarez can come in. What's his name? Nogard can go, and Onana from Aston Villa. Or yes, it's from Aston Villa. The Onana from Aston Villa can come in. Those are the three players. And when we have that, Hiro Ekape is on loan. By then, you probably come into that solidify the team for me. On the left hand side, if you can't bring in Yildiz, you bring in this guy from Newcastle. What's his name? What's the
Anthony
Newcastle guy?
Gordon.
Anthony
Gordon.
Gordon. Yes,
Anthony,
Anthony Gordon. You bring in Anthony Gordon, and that is. I would have said Semenyo, but Semenyo is lost and gone. But Anthony Gordon put in there to follow up with Martinelli, and I think we'll have the most lethal team ever. But that is my take. That is what I
don't
think.
they don't they don't they have don't they have better left wingers abroad? Does it have to be England?
Well, it
No,
is
but
not.
you have Yidis now. Yidis can foot that bill. They are looking at
Yeah,
it closely.
I always fear. I always fear with people coming into the league. They might not come in and to hit the ground running. We have seen the likes of acquisition, especially when it comes to forward player. A defender can come and try to accommodate the system. But coming to EPL is a different animal entirely. Look at all the players that came from foreign. It took them 1 year to acclimatize, then they tried to pick up. But the ones that have been in the league already,
All right, let me
when they think
Obinzo,
that
that argument I don't agree totally. What would you say about Isak from Newcastle? Isak from Newcastle.
What is it? Okay, I'm in the meeting.
I said, what would you say about Isak from Newcastle?
Isak from Newcastle, yes, I think what affected Isak was the hula baloo and the tantrums that swung in. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, Isak from Newcastle, the drama that transpired, the drama that transpired through his transfer process put him on a very, 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 very low level. The striker is good, but again, he's not that great of a striker. When I mean, he's a very good striker, but not that great because Even when Isaac was in Newcastle, how many goals did he score? I think Mo Salah still had more goals than him. So what is the big deal about Isaac? Isaac will give 15 goals. Isaac will a fit Isaac will give Liverpool 15 goals. He's not going to score 25. He's not going to do 30. So this is a 15 goal scorer or a 16 goal scorer at any club. That's it. That's it for me. Sometimes other clubs can boost it, but
I
you are
think
what you are.
no, but I think the argument with Isak, because he was playing in the Newcastle team that was not really creative and he scored that amount of goals. So you can say if you put him in a team that is a bit more creative, he will definitely produce more. But see, it has not worked out that way. I think he did not have a preseason and he came in. I think the expectations were just too much and he was trying to overplay. But when it comes to um, Arsenal and transfers, I don't think, I mean, January transfer has ended. We don't need anybody now. Merino is injured, but like we always say, nobody knows the true position of Kai Havertz. And Havertz can be a goalkeeper for he can be everything. So he will definitely be able to slip into that role. But in the summer, I think it's time we let Jesus and Trossard go. I think it's time. It's not just because maybe they're not playing well. Injuries, Trossard, sometimes he doesn't look like he's interested. And with Arsenal, when you get to a certain age, that policy has been there for a while. You're not going to get a new deal, maybe a 1 year extension at most. So there's no future there. Um, then Martinelli, in my opinion, if he has ties with Saudi, I think we should cash in on it. Not because he's a bad player, but because we have to balance the books as well.
Yeah.
So if we can get a good chunk for Martinelli, which I don't know, maybe 40, 50, 60 million, why not? In terms of incoming, I think it's time we start shopping for the future. Arsenal bought a kid not too long ago, right? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, the twins.
Yes, exactly.
Twins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the twins.
So it's time we start shopping for our future because we kind of have an idea who the first team players are. There's no need to go and spend 100 million again this season and have people like Demese, which is or 60 million, or Joker, which is 80 plus, sitting on the bench. If Jesus leaves, I think it's time to give Victor Jokeres a good run of games. Now, he's not everybody's cup of tea, which I understand. He's not the kind of player where he's not silk and flashy. But this season, I think we have seen a lot of people want to bring it down to the players having problem or Saka being selfish or whatever. I don't think it's any of that. I think it's just a style of play that has been embedded in their head. Arsenal wingers always have this thing of when they get to the wing, it's two options. It's either they try to score or they do a cutback. They do a cutback for the players running from the midfield to tap in. Jokeres is not that mobile of a player. He's going, he's running forward, he's not going to stop and twist and turn or what is not his time. So maybe in preseason, because he was not in the last preseason, he wasn't. So maybe in preseason they can change that thing in the player's head. Okay, instead of doing the cutback or holding on to the ball, which is Saka's kind of play, why don't you give a first pass? The minute the winger has stopped, tried to take the ball to his left leg or his right leg, the defenders have already gathered Jokeres. You don't need in 2 seconds everybody is in front of him. So maybe a slight change of play will help him, but I don't think we need another striker because any good striker you're going out there to buy, you are looking at 80 million upwards. What are you going to do with two? Look at Liverpool for example. Isak is not a bad player. He's injured. Ekitike is scoring goals like the possessed madman. Now, what happens when Isak comes back? Then what? He's not a bad player because then you have two players that you have paid combined almost what 170 million, and you have to choose who is on the bench. So let's not give ourselves that headache. We've already gone for Arsenal. We always buy one major player every season. That's their style. This season, last season, I think maybe they found money in their cookie jar somewhere and decided to trade now. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, but let's buy for the future. They are young and upcoming players that we can buy and they'll be okay sitting on the bench. 1 year, for example, we don't know what to do with that guy. We really don't know what to do with
There's
him.
Okay.
there's Max Downing.
There's Mark Downey. We don't know what to do with those players. So instead of us
There's
trying
Max,
to
yeah. Okay,
yeah,
now, please,
go on.
sorry, is that Seller?
Mary Daft, Marcelo. Can't you see me?
Hey, few super Seller, I hail you. I hail you. I didn't see you now.
I miss you.
I hear, correct. Nice one. Happy New Year.
Great to you, brother.
Okay. Yeah. So I agree completely, 100% of what Seller just said, right? Now, you know I've always said in our platform that I'm just going to give Victor Gyökeres till next season. Because Arsenal's style of play, since inception, our wingers will always score. We never had a point man apart from, those invisible era, them Igu and the likes. So I still believe that the coach Arteta needs to say this to the wingers. There's a point man in this team. Give him the ball to score. That is what is being brought here to do. Okay, just imagine that last game that we played against Leeds. Didn't you see the number of crosses that went to the box for Gyökeres from left, right, everywhere? So I still believe that Arteta should tell, especially Saka and this other man, our captain, because that one, if it's not Saka, he doesn't want to give any other person ball. That's the problem. For how long, it's going to take them to realize that we have a point man. So just like what Sele said, once Arsenal gets the ball, right, in transition, Gyökeres will not run behind Saka. His business is to go straight to the 18-yard area, position box, and go and wait for a ball to score. And he doesn't get the services. And if he doesn't get it, he will not score. Just see what Madueke did yesterday. He won the man of the match because he brought in too many crosses. Even Trossard playing from the left. Zubimendi did the same thing. Do you get? So Arteta needs to tell these guys that balls should be given to Gyökeres. Because there's no way you give Gyökeres, let me say, a minimum of 5 crosses that will get to him, that the guy will not try to at least, hit the target, even if it's a save from the goalkeeper. He's not a bad striker, he's our point man. So I agree completely with Salah. We don't need to. In first place, which striker do you want to go and be buying in January or even next season? For how much? The ones that you have, you've not been able to use him very well. So there's no point, Just tell your midfielders, your wingers, look for VG, give him the ball and let him score. If you have the opportunity, well and good. But basically, you're meant to be giving him the ball to score. So that's it.
Thank you very much.
Guys, can you hear me?
Let me
Yeah.
comment.
Wait, I just want to be sure you can hear. I just want to be sure you can hear me. I'm connected.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. We can change the device.
Mr. Tupo, are you there?
Yes.
Want to say something?
Okay. Yeah. So I've been listening all around. What the excitement about this discussion today is that we are not shouting Arteta is mad, Arteta is crazy, this one is that. So I think it's a more relaxed mood. But the truth is that let us not jump the gun too much because we are trying to say, let us feed in this player, let's take up that one. I know Sele talked about Jesus. The truth is that Arsenal is working today because we have all these players. That's just the reality. Forget whether Jesus is not up to task or whether Joker is. It's because we have this mixture that can easily come in to fit into a particular system of play when the game is changing. That's why Arsenal is ahead in all four competitions. It's not because when we now sell off Jesus, we don't like Jesus. We do some funny things. What we have now, we just crumble. What we have is a team. And I don't see why they should start selling. And that's what happened to Arsenal at that first instance when we had the invisible team. Next thing they started selling and thinking that we are now magic chance that even while we sell, we can still have that team. No. If you sell off those players, try to bring in people who will now try to meet up to this pattern of play, you will struggle again. You understand? So I don't see why we are worried about who will come in and who will go out. All these players are working at par. And I don't want Arsenal to be, like I said, we should be thinking like what Felix also said about the future, bringing in new players who we can use as substitute to start filling in the gaps. But say we want to just get to summer and just sell off all these players because we feel they are something else, we will just struggle in the next season. We've seen Liverpool struggle, we've seen Chelsea struggle like that. You don't just throw them off and say, okay, because Saka is delivering, then Martinelli can go. But we have forgotten where Martinelli has come off the bench to score that 9-minute goal that made us win. And that's why Arsenal is stopping the league. So all the players in combination is what has amounted to where we are today. So let us continue to support them and let the league end. And from there we'll know whether we are going to be changing players or we are going to be adding and removing.
Exactly,
That's why.
exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tupo, because that is the point. Sometimes we forget about the brick that makes the wall that we have the roof. We
Mhm.
don't think. Because when we start again, like what okay, what I actually said is the players of age, because Trossard, whether you like it or not, Trossard has tried, Trossard don't try. But he has been there and he's going to be 32 this year. So are we going to still say because we love Trossard so much
No,
and we
I think Trossard should be sold.
Trossard should
Yeah.
bow out. He should go and play for the money
No,
now.
Trossard, if he wins a couple of trophies this season, I think it's a good time for him to bow
Yeah.
Yeah,
out.
I
December
think
1st is
Jesus and Trossard.
What
I
about
think
Nogan? What about Nogan?
not for Nogard. Nogard is it will be just like Mohamed Neni. It
A
will just
squad
be
play, a squad player.
no,
like
but you see,
Jorginho.
for Norgard, right? If we can get Kamavinga, who is set to leave Real Madrid, then you sell Norgard.
Real
Oh,
Madrid.
Kamavinga is on the list.
okay,
Yeah.
we have a new person in the house. We have the person I like the name of Baba. Baba, I'm with you. Baba, are
Say
you
that
there?
again.
Can you hear
I'm
me?
here, sir. I'm here, sir. Can you all hear me? Good evening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
we can hear
evening.
you. Hey, good
Yes,
boss.
we have all brothers on the house.
We can
All
hear
brothers
you.
on the
I
house.
they see my people for here. I they see you Vuvu. How
Yeah.
now Vu?
I did, brother. I
So,
greet
Now
you.
Loba, now Lopski.
Jay,
I know
Obizo,
now, my Oga,
Welcome,
Obizo,
sirs.
my Oga.
Obizo.
Thanks
I beg,
for
have you
having
just
me
drop
here. Go on.
one word on Gyökeres? Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Yes.
ahead. Um,
Yes. To me, I think the problem we are having, we fans are having about Gyökeres and Jesus is that if you see Jesus and Gyökeres, they are different profile of strikers. For the way Arsenal plays, we try to pin the opposition team in their own half. So we play with less space behind the defenders. Because if we have virtually all the players, like outfit players, let me say 18 outfit players in one half, that means there will be minimum space behind defenders. So if we are pinning opposition team back in their half, that means they play low block. So at times, it's not the opposition team. Not at times, it's not the opposition team wanting to play low block. Is we pushing them to play that low block. And if they are playing that, if we push them to their end in their own half now, we have minimum space behind minimal space, sorry, behind the defenders. And for Jokeres is like a is like an old fashioned number nine that will run behind. You understand me? That will run. He thrives when there's space behind that defender. When there's that space behind when there's enough gap between the last man and the striker. Because if you see Jokeres, he's always standing on the shoulders of the last man. Do you understand? So trying to battle to get the ball and pace the last man and score. So for now, is a strange thing for him. And don't forget, he didn't play preseason like that. I think he had just 2 games in preseason. That's the Emirate Cup. That's the Emirate Cup before we started this season, before the season started. So it's still like something strange to him. I know he's got every player have got one thing we don't understand as football fans is that no matter how big that player is, the player has his own shortcoming. There's always one thing the player does not have, no matter how good. Even if you see Haaland now, when they are playing that, when anytime uh, Gadola plays that 4-3-3 first time formation, Haaland is dead. Can't play nothing. Guardiola needs to change to 4-4-2-3-1 before you can see Haaland having that space to run behind and play. So every player has got their shortcoming. Jokeres one is that technically Jokeres cannot do that nice flick, hold the ball, turn, beat a player in that little space. He cannot do it. Jesus can do it. Jesus is very, 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 very sharp. You can see Jesus is very flamboyant in his style, the way he plays. But Jokeres is not like that. Jokeres is just that if you give Jokeres 4 shots at goal, he can convert 3. But getting to that 4 shots, that's where the problem is. But cook those 4 shots for him, he will convert 3 out of 4. But if you cook 4 shots for Jesus might convert just 2 or 1. But Jesus can actually walk the ball into that position of shooting. So that these different kind of strikers. For Jokeres, you will not. Jokeres is not exciting to watch now. Why? Because of the
I don't
way
know.
we
Is it just
play.
me or it's gone quiet? Can anybody hear me?
We
No,
can
everybody.
hear you. We can hear you.
Maybe
Okay, I
because
think
the way
we
he
is
plays, or
gone silent. We
because
can't hear him
yeah,
anymore.
because the way we play, like for
We
Jokeres.
can't hear you.
So can you hear me?
I can hear who ye.
I can hear him.
I can hear him. Also, I think it's you that's having some issues.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Like the
All
ball,
right,
the
let me
ball
let me
is
log out
Zubimendi
and come back
scored.
in.
The ball Zubimendi scored because Maduko is still coming from. He's still fresh from Chelsea. So you see that first time pull out after you recycle the ball from the corner kick. If that was the typical Arsenal winger, like what's his name, Martellini or Saka, that ball they will cut that ball back again.
So, Uyi, are you trying to say that Ateta changes the DNA of players? Because you said because Madueke still have some Chelsea DNA in him. Are you
Yeah, yeah.
because if they
It's
continue,
not just like that.
if he goes for preseason, whoever
Yeah.
comes in, and Ateta is sticking to let's keep it tight, let's keep it slow the game down, regardless of whether Jokeres likes the ball first time or he doesn't like the ball first time. If the instruction from the bench is twist and turn, how is that going to how
Yeah.
is
So
that going
what
to
I
help him?
think they do, bro, what I think they do is that it does not matter the manager that comes in. That manager you must play to his style. That's it. It does not matter the manager. You must play to his style. There's no manager will want to change the way he plays, because for a manager to choose one play style, that means he believes so much in it. You understand me? You remember what Amorim said? Amorim said they're saying change the system, change the system. If I change the system because you want me to change the system, how do you think the players will look at me?
what do you think they will think of me? That means I never knew what I was doing. You understand me? He said, I will change the system, but not because you want me to change the system.
But
Amared is a bad
I
coach,
think
I beg.
this
He's a
Amorim
bad
done
coach.
So,
a
Let's not use
so,
Amared. He's a bad
so
coach.
regardless, what I'm saying is
No
that
one not no one knows how to work. Now bad coach.
so,
Just leave that guy.
so
what you
what
have
I'm
said
saying is
now,
that
Amorim have just shown that he should have changed his time because
no,
he's looking for carry at the
no, you
moment.
don't understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that regardless if he's a bad coach or not, even the best coaches in the world, like Pep Guardiola and the rest, Pep Guardiola will not change the system because you want him to change the system.
No,
You
but
understand what I'm trying to say?
yeah, but you can tweak your system. You cannot be
Yes, you can
losing.
tweak it, but they will tweak it. Like Ateta and the coaching crew, they will sit down at the end of the season and now analyze. I don't know if you understand me. And I'll say, okay, this is where I think we should deal with. But you don't expect them to do it now because they are still. That's why I said, you like it or not, they're still getting results. That's the thing.
Okay,
They still
okay,
have the
okay.
highest number of goals scored this season.
So,
They still
okay.
highest number of points
Let's
earned this season. They're still topping four competition. So to them, there's no cause for alarm. Maybe at the
okay.
end of the season, they will
Yes.
now try to evaluate and say, okay, this is
Baba, let's hear from Baba. Baba, sorry, yeah, you have been in the studio for a while. I know you came late. We have talked about several things. We talked about the outcome of today's game, the weekend game. How do you project Arsenal? What are your beliefs? And because this is the question for everybody again. Which trophy do you guys believe? See, that I'm thinking the question has to be on reality and a bit of belief. Which of these trophies do you people believe Arsenal will win this season? We have four. We are comfortably sitting playing for four trophies. For four.
Wahala.
I,
So it's EPL, we have 6 points. Champions League, we are in round of 16. EPFL, semi-final, second leg, FA Cup, fourth round. Which of these four trophies? Who do you think?
I,
Realistically, you and your
I,
belief. So,
I
Baba,
think
no, no, wait. Let's start with Baba, please.
I would thank you very much, my brother. I would take the Premier League plus any other cup. Um, if that any other cup is the Champions League, then I'm good to go.
Okay.
There's every possibility that we might even do a treble. You never, to be honest with you, this season has been very amazing in terms of how Arsenal has set itself up. Not many teams, whatever league, have the kind of bench that we've got. We've got at least reasonably we can mix and match, and there's no plus or minus in terms of when you take one out and put one in. The expectation is still the same to go and win. Uh, you know, so Arsenal is in a very remarkable uh position right now where the envy of every club, and because of how we've set up personnel wise, I think most teams now have it at the back of their head. Their initial approach is not to attack, but to ensure that we don't score. So, um, which is why, with what Uyi said about low block and all those kind of things, is their natural, is their first instinct to make sure because they already know we can play football, but their instinct is don't let Arsenal score. And not only are we scoring open goals, but we're now even the king of corner kicks. So it makes it really difficult for teams to defend against us, and we're good going forward as well. Good back, good forward, good middle. Arsenal's doing well. Like I said, for me, Premier League, it'll be great to lift that trophy. Um, Champions League, I don't mind, um, but I think we can do a treble this season.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
That's the trouble you feel. Yes, Champions League, you don't mind, but you want it, but you don't believe they can win it because I said it has to be
I
being realistic
um
and trying to
the,
believe. Because if you don't, people say if you don't believe, you don't achieve. Do you
Mm.
believe? Do you believe they come? If I happen to say, do you believe Arsenal can win the Champions League? What would you say?
I'll say yes, we can. But one thing you have to understand about the Champions League is it's not the Premier League where we know ourselves. You're playing teams who are also formidable in their own leagues. So they're no minors. Once you get to, in fact, from this stage, once they do the playoffs and you move forward, there are no minors. Anything can happen. You can have Gyökeres, Injus, Kai, who else? Martinelli up front, Saka, and we keep hitting the bar. And then they do a throw in and score, and that's it. So um, football is unpredictable. But in terms of Premier League, I am sure of that one. There's nobody as long as we keep winning, not losing. If it's 1.3 points, we keep doing that way. I mean, like today, I went to bed when it was 2-0 to Man City. For some reason, in my dream, I don't know why I thought, oh, Tottenham came back. I don't know why. But I've just checked the scores now and it ended 2-2.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
Mr.
and
Yeah,
I've
Mr.
already if you check
Can you go spiritually player for us with that?
I don't know who he but I had already said that Tottenham was not an ambitious club. But they proved me wrong because I don't know why they chose to fight. I don't know what pushed them, but I'm sure their original thinking was to mess things up for us. So whatever has changed their whatever, I hope they continue on that path and sort their nonsense out and leave us out of it and just let us stay on our lane. They stay on their lane. So yeah, well, Premier League, I'd love to lift that cup. And any other two or three. I'm good.
Thank you very much. We have new people in the house. We have Buju, we have AJ, and we have Banter. Yes. Hello, guys. Welcome to Arsenal Football Cast. This is our family. This channel podcast belongs to all of us. Every part. I might just be the guy with the buttons here, but we are all a member because we support Arsenal. We love football. Let me bring the question still remains. The question is this: which trophy would you believe? You believe, I put in quotes, which trophy would you believe Arsenal would win this season realistically? Because I'm using two words here. I'm putting two words in quotes. Realistically and belief. You have your belief that Arsenal will win this trophy or this trophy. But in a real sense or realistically, which do you think is more difficult or which do you think in the reality part of it, from what we see, Arsenal can win? I don't know, Buju or AJ, are you available to speak? Or you busy? So, okay, before you guys respond, Vuvu,
Yes,
Sele, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Sele, please, let's not expand too much of time.
Okay.
3 minutes, just give us, so we can go to the next question.
All right. So, realistically, I will go with the easiest trophy to win, so to say. Let me just say the easiest, for lack of better words, is the Carling Cup. What do they call it now? The
Carabao
Cup.
Cup.
Yeah. Because we are 1 foot in the final, and I think we beat Chelsea in the first leg, and
so Tuesday at the Emirates.
So that is almost there. Now, what I believe we can win also is the Premiership, because we already know our opponents till the end of this season. So we can actually say, okay, these are the teams that we know we can topple. These are the teams that will give us problems. We are 6 points from the person chasing us. So I believe we can win that. The Champions League, you never truly know, because we are heading into the round of 16, and from what we saw, goalkeepers scoring last minute against Real Madrid, The Champions League, we don't know what is going to happen. So let's keep that one to one side. The Premiership, I would say, if we can focus on the Premiership, like Baba said, and any other cup to add to it, but our main focus, which we have to be the lineup that we put, the lineups that we have in terms of when we are facing teams in the Champions League and the Premiership, we have seen that it's almost the team B that plays the Champions League and the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. So our focus, I believe, we can win the Premiership. I also believe it's going to be an easy road to us winning the Carabao Cup and the Champions League and the FA Cup. The FA Cup has its magic, like we all know. So those are kind of a little bit unpredictable. So those two will leave that in the balance, but the Premiership and the Carabao Cup, that should be our focus because we are so close to the Carabao Cup final. And the Premiership, we know all our opponents till the end of the season anyway. So that is a better way to plan. So in case we have injury, this is who we bring in and who we don't bring in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Uyi, what in 3 minutes, tell us what you think.
Yeah, I think by virtue of our position in the league is ours to lose. If we want to win the league, we will get it easily because we already have one hand on it already. So I think the league is there. But to me, I have a different opinion about the most realistic one, because for a team that have not won the league for a long time, it is not easy. Even if you might be even 12 points clear, but you're not still guaranteed. That's the thing. But we are just so lucky that this season, the people that we are competing with, they don't look like they want it. So, and we already have this 6 points advantage. We know that before the league ends, City, they're still going to drop points. So we can still afford. It's like Liverpool, Arsenal last season. They kept dropping points and we couldn't capitalize. So I think that's what we play out this season. But you see, for the Champions League, I have this belief that we are favorite to win the Champions League. The reason is because we are the only team in the Champions League that is difficult to beat. Because before you win a tournament, not league now, a tournament, you must be difficult to beat. And that was how Chelsea won the Champions League then. You have to be difficult to beat in those competitions. So for our record in the Champions League from last season, you can see that it's just a little bit of luck that we need to win the Champions League. But if you take luck out of it, that what you can do on the pitch, 11 men, we are the most difficult team to beat in the Champions League right now. So I think we have a chance, a very good chance of lifting that Champions League. Then the league, now we know what we want to do with time. Is already God have given us, the league is already with us. So we can decide to take it inside or leave it outside. Then FA Cup, Carabao Cup, my brother, those competitions are local competitions. They're very difficult. They look easy, but Manchester City could not beat Wigan Athletics in the finals. Let's not forget. We could not beat Birmingham in the finals. Let's not forget. Those competitions are local competitions that are very, very, you cannot predict. We can meet Chelsea tomorrow and Chelsea just touch us 2-0. Chelsea go finals. We can beat Chelsea and get to the finals and we lose to one that little team. So FA Cup, Carabao Cup, I cannot predict that. But you see that Champions League and League, I'm telling you, if we have to do a madness this season, is that Champions League and League. I'm telling you. Premier League, Champions League. If we must do a madness this season, it's Premier League, Champions League.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Osa, you're next. Are you available to give us your own submission?
Hello. So for me, um, I would wish that we win the Champions League. It's a trophy we've not won before.
At all.
How realistic would that be? I think we have a very good chance. Like you said, we are a very compact team and a team to beat. Considering how the Europeans, considering how we play how the teams are set up in that competition. I think we're favorite, but I just hope we don't drop that form that we have in Champions League. That's very crucial because there's a different form in the league and there's a different form in the Champions League. So I hope we don't drop that form. We'll continue on that run and pray that the route to the final is easy. That's where the luck comes in. When your draw is favorable, first we'll play our second leg at the Emirates. So that's a a good thing, but not necessarily an advantage, so to say, in football. Because anything can happen. But playing that second leg at the Emirates is good, and then the draws should be favorable. Unlike the madness last time that PSG were almost crashing out, then in the round of 16 going forward, they just became something else. So we have to be careful. And then with the league, the league is ours to lose. That's as simple as that. The closest team to us now, which is City, they are inconsistent. City is very, very inconsistent. Today's game again showed that after leading with 2 goals up to drop the 2 points, that was crazy. And that's when they scored the second goal, I thought it's going to be, a Spursy thing again. Like going to lose up to, with 3-0 or 4. Well, they came back and, you know, shed the spoils. So City are not ready. Aston Villa themselves don't even look it. With the late charge from United, I think it's a bit too late for that charge. So they are quite far off, and they will still have their own dip in form. So for us, it's just to keep plowing through. Look at the fixtures; they are a bit favorable. Apart from, I think the games that we may want to do, that we may kind of struggle with is the City game, the Chelsea game. Those are some of the games that, on paper look difficult. But then this is football. We can go to Brentford next week and we'll struggle. We can go to Sunderland is coming to the Emirates. Things can happen, but it's ours to lose. So I would like us to win the Champions League, win the league, and any other, our favorite FA Cup. But if we win the Carling Cup, it may be a boost. That may just be a catalyst to go and win two more competitions. So fingers crossed, and I hope we our dreams come true. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. The question is still there, but I want to bring a little. I want to bring a little information. I want to share a little information on. In all competitions, we have four. We are still in 4 competitions. In the league, we have played our 24th game, which means we have 14 games left. To win the EPL, we have to play 14 more games. I know we might not need to play all 14 games to ensure we go across over the line, but at least a minimum, from the way things are, a minimum of 10, 12. In the Champions League, to get to the final, from the position we stand, we have 7 games, 6 games, or a 7th game to make it the final. In EFL, from the position we stand, we have 2 more games to play the final. The FA Cup, which I tag as a knockout, because from the FA Cup, we're in the 4th round, and it's a knockout process. You have 4 games to get to the final. You know why I've put all this in line. 14 games. It's not easy to play 14 games, especially 14 English teams, right? You want to win all, but ensure that before you win a league, you must not lose more than 3 games or 4 games in the season. We have already lost 3 games. Arsenal. So I'm not saying anything. I'm just bringing out this light. But the question is for the people in the house. So Tupo, are you there? Are you ready to answer yours? If you're not, so I can move to Nero, then Ban. Okay, Nero, this is the question. Which trophy would you quote, believe Arsenal would win this season realistically? Quote. Realistically, it's cold because you have to be realistic.
Okay.
You have to be extremely realistic
Okay.
and give reasons for both. Then you believe, because we all believe Arsenal can win the league from when we started the league. But what realistically, which of these four trophies do you think Arsenal can win? Do you think Arsenal can win all four, win one, or which one? Explain, please.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that question. Realistically, I think the first one that is almost like maybe 90% to 95 is the Carabao Cup.
Okay.
But just like one foot to the final.
Yeah, that's 2 games left.
Then I would say the Premier. I would say yes. And then secondly, I would say the Premier League. You know, basically those two trophies where Arsenal is more closer to those trophies than the Champions League. I mean, the FA Cup just even started itself. So for the Champions League, it's still a long way to go. So just like you said, in the Premier League, just continue to do your thing. Forget about who is behind you. We don't even need to win 14 games for us to win the Premier League. So mathematically, from going forward, you probably do like 12. And if you knock out those difficult games that Osa mentioned, which is the City game, Chelsea game, so that's just a -2. There are 6 points now on top. So just say, okay, give or take 14. We lose 2 and wins 12. So we're home and dry. So I would say the Premier League and the Carabao Cup. Those are the 2 trophies I think that we are really close to winning, than the Champions League and the FA Cup. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Tupo, are you there to give us your submission? Okay, Mr. Tupo is not available. Now, back, let's go around again. The question is, who is your Arsenal player of the season? I know the season has not ended, but so far, we have played 24 games. We have played 30 plus games in all competitions. 30 plus in all competitions. Who is your Arsenal player so far? Who would you say this person has been extremely instrumental? Who would you say this person has been extremely sorry? Now the question is, who so far, who is your Arsenal player of the season? So far, who would you pick? Who would you pick out to say this player has been outstanding from the beginning of the season till now? I know the season the season has not ended, but who is your Arsenal player so far? Nerodaf, the microphone is still with you. Please, who do you think?
Okay, starting from. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So, just one player right now, right?
Yes, just one from the beginning. All 30 plus games, all in all competitions. Which player has been your most outstanding player? Your Arsenal most outstanding player.
Okay. For me, I think I'll go with David Raya, the goalkeeper. I say this, because there are some games that Arsenal ought to have lost, but just because of his brilliance and his sharpness, sometimes, we won those games. And if you want to begin to look at every player
I
that
can't hear
we
us.
have, right from the very start of this. Okay, can you hear me?
Who can you hear us?
Oh, I can hear you, but I cannot hear the person speaking
Can
now.
you hear us?
I can't
It's
hear the
narrowed
speaker,
up
but I
that
can
is
hear you.
talking. Narrow. Can you hear me now? Apart from OE, is anybody hearing me?
I can hear you. I think it's only we that cannot also hear you.
Yeah, I think
OE,
it's
I
Yeah,
think
Uyi,
it's
you
your I
need to
think it's
log
your
out
own.
and log back in.
yeah,
Uyi,
maybe.
log out and log back
Okay.
in.
Okay, I'll do that now.
All
Okay.
right. So as I was saying, if I look at every Arsenal player right from the start of the season, they've had one blip or the other in terms of performance, in terms of being in a game. Like when you expect a lot, they just drop in form and all that. But I think David Raya for me has been very outstanding. Considering the number of goals he's considered in the Champions League. I think Arsenal have only conceded before Kairat came. I think we had just 2 goals that he's conceded. Apart from that Kairat game, that we allowed 2 more goals. So and it's been doing well in the Premier League as well. So for me, I think I'll choose David Raya as my player of the season. Thus far.
Okay. That's so far because the season has not ended.
Yes, yeah,
Um,
yes.
Mr. Bella, who would you rate as your most outstanding player so far?
Um, in terms of most outstanding player, I want to go with consistency because he has been consistent from the beginning of the season. Sometimes he doesn't have standout performances, but Timber, if you look at his performances all through this season, he has been steady and you know what you're going to get with him. But on the other hand, we have to mention Declan Rice because he has had outstanding performances in most of the games, but sometimes he does go missing. But Timber has been steady with what he's doing. There was a time that he was scoring like literally every other week, and he has held on to that his position. I don't think he's going to give it up to anybody soon. So for me, it has been Timber.
Okay. You taking Baba? Are you there with us? Baba? Baba,
Yeah,
thank
I'm
you.
here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. The question is who's been your Arsenal most outstanding player so far? Since the beginning of the season to
Uh,
now. The season has not ended. Who's been the most outstanding player in all competitions? Who would you say this person has been outstanding, most outstanding in all Arsenal players for you?
uh, to be honest, I think it's a bit difficult. If you ask me who's my most, the one that gives me high blood pressure, that one is Saliba, straight away. But in terms of outstanding, I would say even though he didn't do preseason with us, he hasn't settled in. I'll take Gyökeres. Reason being the work ethic that he puts into making that space for other people to perform. It's hard, which is something we didn't have before. Almost every team that we played already knew our team sheet even before it came out, and they knew what to expect from each player. But with Gyökeres in now, it's really difficult, and I think it's made it really even more difficult for most teams to plan for us because now, attack-wise, where they can't mess with us. So that occupying the defense of other teams. We had what's that coach? The one that now coaches West Ham. We had a game last season. I can't remember his name. He was Nottingham Forest former coach, and he said something along when they asked him why didn't you something. He said because it's
Nuno,
Arsenal.
Nuno explained
They don't have a striker. So why would I now you know, there's no, you understand? But now go and ask him again that same question. I'm sure he will give you a different
yeah,
answer.
yeah.
So with Gyökeres occupying the defense, creating space for other players,
I think I'll take Gyökeres for the work ethic and everything. I just believe that Arteta needs to find a game plan that works for him. Um, even well, now that we have Kai back, I think that link up play is going to be at least in 2 games or 3 games that we've seen that link up play between Kai and Gyökeres. It seems to be there's something there. Jesus, my money was on Jesus and Gyökeres to be the partners up front, but I don't know. It's either Kai Gyökeres or Kai Jesus. However, we want to go, we're good. But it's Gyökeres I'll choose as my most outstanding
Okay.
player for
Thank
this
you. Thank
season
you.
so far.
Okay. Tupo, are you there to give us a brief? Tupo, you are busy. Okay.
Yeah,
We have,
yeah.
yes. Tupo, please talk about your microphone.
Me better.
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, all right. Anyways, to round up or something, I think Arsenal is doing very well. I don't think there's so much as regards changing the team that I will be looking forward to. But I believe if we can achieve the feat which we are on to right now, it's a Herculean task to actually win the treble, which is what I am praying for. If we can do that, if they sell off all the players, I don't mind.
So,
That will be okay. But we just need to achieve something this year, and I think we do. That's for me now.
okay, okay. I think probably you were answering the previous question, but it's okay. I get it. Let me go to Uyi. Uyi, Uyi, are you there? Okay, let me go to Osa. Let's not waste time. Osa, can you give us your own player, outstanding player so far this season?
Junior, you give me 2 minutes, please.
Okay, I'll get back to you. We have two people in the building. We have Mr. Chidi and we have Mr. APG. Yes, you guys, welcome to the studio. The question that we have now, we've been here for over an hour, but the question now is this. So far, who has been your most outstanding Arsenal player? Mr. Chidi Kochi, welcome. Nice to see your face. Uh, who is your most outstanding player so far in Arsenal? Someone that
Okay,
you think,
Mr. Junior, let me just answer my own. I think it has been the keeper so far.
okay, who? The goalkeeper, Ryan.
Yes,
Is that
yes,
what you, Ryan, right?
yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Chidi Anime,
Right. Good evening, everyone, and I'm sorry that I just joined late. I've had issues. Junior, I greet you. How are you? Been a while. Oh.
thank you very much. I greet you. Nice to see you, bro.
Thank you so much for taking this to another notch. APG is Apollo Goma. He will speak after me. Very well versed Arsenal supporter. Your question is very easy to answer for me. So I look at three players, right? And ironically, they are all playing from the middle and the defense areas. I think that's where Arsenal has been strongest this season, and that's why there's been a lot of hoo-ha around the fact that our creativity or our forward players are not been up to it. So I would say Timber, Declan Rice, and Zubimendi. These have been our three most outstanding players for Arsenal this season. Now, if you want to
Okay.
look at me and name one player of this lot, I'll go with Zubimendi, and it's simple. He's done 5 goals, I think, in the league already this season. That's thing with Trossard. Playing from deep line playmaker position. I think 5 Premiership goals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And first season, right? And you would think that he would have struggled for fitness, for physicality of the game, but his positional play, the way he creates space for himself, has been fantastic. Timber and Declan Rice have also been very, very good. But for the mere fact that from deep line, he's gotten 5 Premiership, which is the highest, I think, with the club. I think it's par with Trossard, maybe your first. I don't know if I'm correct. So that's my decision. Thank you. Let me allow you to just speak.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Mr. MPG.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me around here. Um, It's a difficult pick. Just like Lopi said, there are quite a couple of players that have been uh, outstanding. Of course, Gabriel in the defense, Timber, Declan Rice or whatever. But I think I will go with the other person that mentioned Kaya. Kaya is an instrumental part of this team and very, very unassuming. People don't see the work that he does. Like Ateta said sometimes, it's not only the goals that he prevents, the difficult positions he prevents from happening by staying up the line and ensuring that all dangerous situations are prevented, and also starting our build up from here and the level of confidence and then the efficiency with which he helps the game. I will pick him as the best, and he has also contributed significantly to points. There are games that we will have lost or will have started on a bad where he makes some spectacular. I remember the match against Brighton when we were shaky after going to 2-1 towards the end of the game, and he made that spectacular to just get us those 3 points. Moments like that are moments that determine titles.
Okay, thank you, Mr. APG. I guess I've got to answer. Okay, no, Mr. Uli, I don't know if you are able to give an answer for this, but it seems you are busy. If not, I'll go to the next question. I know we have done 1 hour 40 minutes, and we're rounding up for the 15 minutes. But I have another question, and this question this question and or rather a lot of rancors have come on these players. I don't when I do my submissions, I don't like to mention players. I talk about the team, I talk about the game. Because there's no need to talk about players. These people put their heart out to do them, even if the money is good, but they do a lot of stuff. I always play footballers, no matter how the level they play. But now the captainship. There've been argument about the captain is not yes, the captain is too soft. The captain armband should be transferred to pro player, should be taken from here to there. Now, as fans that we all are, and we are lover of football, we are big lover of the game. Does the armband thing affect the team? People think from a certain perspective, they'll say your captain has to be vocal, it has to be a kind of loyalty, brutal, or a bearer that doesn't smile and always ready to go toe to toe with the opposition. Do you think our captain is being too soft and he needs the armband taken from him? No disrespect, but I'm asking, what do you guys think? I'll go around we'll do it 2 minutes. Please, this has to be a bit of submission to give us what you think from your heart. Who do I start with? Let me go again. I had a list here. Sorry, guys. Let's start with Narrow Down. Narrow Down, are you there? Okay.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh, so can you hear me?
Yeah, proceed. We can hear you.
Okay. So I would.
Make it brief.
Sometimes, right? Just like when you have. Okay, let me just make it brief. I will say that our captain Odegaard, right, is naturally doing enough in motivating or pushing the boys. We've had captain in the past like Vieira, even Kane for Manchester United. Those are people that are vocal. They talk to you as if he's the coach that is talking to you, inspire you and all that. So, truth of the matter is, I don't think that Odegaard actually deserves to be our captain. He's too sluggish. He's not vocal. And if you ask me to pick one person that I think should be our captain, I'll probably go for you call him Benny Blanco. That's Ben White. Even as much is not playing often, but I think he's going to make a better captain for that team. Thank you.
Okay, good. But let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Benny Blanco supposedly is not in the first 11. No disrespect. But if you take the first 11, Benny Blanco is not in the first 11. Sigma covers for Benny Blanco on a good day. So if you want to have him that is on your bench to become your captain,
Okay.
but when they have to start a match and everybody is fully fit, you have to pick from the first 11. So who do you think? Yeah, are you
Okay,
there?
then I'll probably pick Declan Rice.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
The
I'm here.
next,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you.
Can
The
you hear
next,
me?
yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Okay.
Mr. Vuvuzela, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Who do you pick? And tell me what you think. Is our
Uh,
captain top? Is it, you know the question?
yeah. So I think the era of the Vieiras and the Rekins kind of captainship is gone. Let's we keep going back there. If you look at all the teams in the Premiership now, captain of Manchester United is Bruno. That one is always whining on the pitch. I think Man City has like 5 different captains. David Silva and Rodri. They have a leadership team. Chelsea, you have James. So the only reason why I'm going
Enzo.
to take,
Enzo.
yeah, exactly, and Enzo. The only reason why I'm going to pick Declan Rice is so English media can leave that subject alone, and maybe we can find favor from them because I've noticed one thing. If Arsenal scores a goal and Declan Rice celebrates more than the rest people, English media will say, "Oh, can you see how he's passionate and da 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 da." So I think for the sake of the fact that he's going to do better with the press, because Odegaard, I think naturally he's a shy person, so he's not a vocal captain, though he tried to do his talking on the pitch. Declan Rice, for reasons of publicity and being popular with the English press and fans, I think that's my only reason why.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Vuvuzela. Baba, you're next. Baba, are you there?
Yes, my brother, I'm here.
Okay.
Issue of captain. Uh, Odegaard captains his country's national team, doesn't he? I think, to be honest with you, whatever role a captain is supposed to be playing within a team is determined by the coach. If there's anything that Odegaard is lacking in terms of captainship, then Arteta should be able to feed that information back to him to say, look, even Arteta has been a captain before, so I I don't see any reason why it should be an issue. I just think for the English media, they just want it English. They don't like it when other people, foreigners especially, come into their place and then be the one, be the ones giving the directives and all the rest of that. But yes, maybe there's more that Odegaard needs to be doing in terms of, you know, his captainship, making demands from players, organizing players, and I think for a particular, I think maybe last season or so, Odegaard used to be the one leading the front. He was leading, he pressing and everything. He was the one, you lead and you have every other person, and you'll be telling them what to do, where to go, and the rest of it. So I just think everything is information based, because at the end of the day, you can have Declan Rice and we will still complain. You can have uh, Blanco or Gabriel. Even Raya won't be a bad captain. But everyone just needs to, information is important. So depending on whatever information that is available to these people, then uh, that should be enough. I don't know. Any one of them is good enough. Even Saka is not as vocal because Saka has won the armband a couple of times. It's not vocal now. He just tries to do his thing on the wing and forget that he's wearing armband. Odegaard will be passing to the back. Those are the things that, for Odegaard, we just want more. More. Go forward, attack, defend, show the passion, and lead. That's all. Declan Rice might be looking like he's the one doing that, that fight because most times when he loses the ball too, he will squeeze his space. They all have their this thing. It's just Arteta needs to light the fire in their bomb so that they can do more. Simple as. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. People, are you there? Can you give us your own submission? Okay, we don't have to wait. Uyi, is Uyi available to give us
Yeah,
your?
I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, Uyi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, go ahead. So, what do you think about our captain? Do you think he should take the armband or he should pass it on?
Yeah, for captain, for the captain, the team has to accept that person as a captain. First,
Yeah.
let's not forget. If the players want Odegaard to be their captain for any reason best known to them, I don't think it's something that we can say no. Because after all, he's going to lead the players, and the players say this is who we want to lead us. If we now have to give it to someone else that's not popular among the players, there might be that's when you now start having like clique in the team. If the leadership is not like a unanimous um, choice, so that's when you start having cliques. This one will say, "Oh, I'm not referring to this captain." This will say, "I'm referring to this captain." So I think that's one thing I noticed when we had Xhaka as the captain. Not all the players supported Xhaka as the captain. So we now started having cliques in the team. So if the players want Odegaard, if they continuously cast their vote for Odegaard to be the captain, I don't think there's a problem there. But for me, if you ask me who do you want to be the captain, I would say Gabriel Magalhaes. Because if you see, it's better to have a captain that leads from behind. You notice Gabriel Magalhaes, it's not like this season he might be arguably the best defender, but I'm talking about someone that can organize the team from the back, organize the defense, and if you notice, he's always talking. He's never quiet. He's always telling players to position. You come here, come here. You can see when he plays with his Kelly. You see the way he call his Kelly back. When he plays with when he plays with Saliba, you see the way he's always even there was one interview Saliba said the only thing I don't like about Gabriel that he talks too much. Saliba, 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 Saliba. But that's why Saliba is who he is today because there's someone that calls him to like that brings back his consciousness. You know, Saliba can easily just slip up. So I think Gabriel Magalhaes, for me, he should be our captain, someone that can see the game from behind and coordinate that thing from behind. Apart from that, Declan Rice is another one again. So I think if you want to go by the principle of who came first, I think Gabriel Magalhaes have got everything. He got to the team before Declan Rice. He's one of the old players in the team, and he's a leader. And he backs it up with performance. He scores goals, he makes great tackles, he organizes the defense, he carries himself with so much class and pride. He loves the club. Uh, I mean, what else can you ask from the captain? I think he's the captain material to me. I hope I've been able to convince you, moderator. I can't hear you again. I don't know what's wrong with this app. This StreamYard app on my phone, man, it's really messing me up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I can hear. Oh yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Also, you are
Oh,
next.
okay, yeah, I can hear now.
Also,
Yeah, can you hear me? I can hear
okay,
you.
yes, yes, good.
It's gone quiet again. Can you hear me? I can't
Yeah,
hear
we can hear
Yeah,
anybody.
you
yeah,
loud
yeah, we
and
can
clear.
hear you.
We can hear you loud and clear.
It's
We can
just
hear you. We can hear
I don't
you,
know
sir.
what's wrong with my network today.
We can hear
I
you.
can't hear anything. Let me log out
Also,
and log back in.
okay.
Can you hear me?
Maybe someone should just let him know we can hear him,
Yeah,
and then he says what he
yeah,
needs.
someone else while he
Mr.
logs
Yes,
out.
Yeah, I'm here.
Mr.
I'm still here.
Okay, good, good, yes, okay. I can
Right.
see that.
Thank you. I'll just go straight to it. Right. When Odegaard was named captain of Arsenal, we didn't have this squad of players at the time, and he's somebody who understands how Arteta wants his football and system to be played. So, on the strength of that, but I would say that the team currently has more capable and better players than captain before. A captain is someone beyond having respect of the coach and the other players. You want to be able to be given a level of performance, right? Not mediocrity. You want to be consistent with how you play, how you talk to the players, how you carry players. It's like you trying to talk to people to be better. Meanwhile, you are the one who is even less. You're not giving us the performance we wanted to. So when he was named captain, yes, but the type of players we had at that time. Now there's been a lot of better prepared captains, people who have been captain longer than he was or he started. And right, the two players who have been mentioned between Declan Rice and Gabriel, they are both more competent to be captain as of now. I think if we want to be honest, he's been dropped as captain. That's why he doesn't only regular. He wouldn't be starting. You know, when he comes in, he takes on the captain band and then he finishes the game. But if we really want to ensure that we are competitive for the rest of the 13 games that are left and whatever it is that we're playing in the Champions League. Don't drop him as captain of the squad yet, but on a day-to-day basis, you pick your captain from between the players who have been very, very consistent. The lucky thing for Arsenal now is that we have a lot of captains, people with captain experience who have captain countries of both sides. So anybody can pick up the band and really, really do the function of the captain. So that answers your question. I think yes, he should be dropped, right? But for maybe Declan Rice or Gabriel, and those are my reasons. I think we have better competent people. You know, when you keep buying players and improving the team, you must recognize that certain other players can play a role, especially because his form has dipped, right? He can't give you that consistency, and it affects the team play. It affects even the respect. I'm talking some of the younger players will be asking, why is this guy making the team when he's not giving us the kind of performance I want? He doesn't win the duels anymore. He's not physically fit. He's not able to play 60 minutes at certain levels. So what's the point? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. APG, you are next. Please,
Okay.
give us a
What
background.
I would say, I think the captain's leadership is not. Some people mistake leadership for just being very vocal or being seen maybe with so much passion around you or whatever. I don't think is one of the qualities, but it's not everything. I think the team has a structure um, of having a group of people that are leaders that are called captains, and it works for them. There are about five of them. Odegaard is the leader of the team. Like Ateta said, the people voted for him to be the captain and the sustain. And I don't think we really have a problem with captainship. I recognize we have people that are strong leaders in that team or whatever. Sometimes trying to change the captainship within the confines of that structure we have might create unnecessary, I call it, friction within this team, which I think is not necessary now. Maybe in future. I know that Odegaard as an individual, his form has dropped a bit. He's not as his best. Maybe the injuries have played a part. What I would expect is that the mere fact that he's the leader of the group or the team does not give him the wherewithal to always start, because I think that's where a lot of people have concerns with, because Odegaard plays whether he's in form or not. Some other players do not get the type of opportunity. I think The team needs to support him at this period. Let him come back to his form. Yes, there are other people that are captain materials, Declan Rice, what do they call it, Gabriel, Pico. But I don't think at the moment our problem is a leadership problem. Odegaard, if he's on the pitch, he might not do some things, but I think he still gives his all. He leads from the front. He rallies the troop. He starts the press, even though he's not at his best. At this point, I think what he requires more is support. At the end of the season, we can be talking about captainship or not. But for now, I don't think it's something we need to worry ourselves about.
Okay, thank you, Mr. IPG. We have to, the podcast is getting more interesting, but we have hit the 2 hour mark because the time frame is almost 2 hours. But there's going to be a last final question, and it will just take 1 minute to answer. Then we can shut down for the day to make a plan for another day. This question is this: it's simple. We have our next game is on Tuesday. We host Chelsea at the Emirates. It's an EFL game. We have 1 goal on advantage. It's a 3-2 scoreline already. What are your predictions? I just need you to tell us your prediction when we shut down for the day. Now, what is your prediction for that match? Arsenal, Chelsea, NFL, and EFL Cup Tuesday. What's your prediction? Zaf, are you there?
Can you
Yes, I can hear
come
you loud
again
and
with
clear.
that question, please?
Loud and clear. What's your prediction for the next game? Chelsea, Arsenal. Arsenal, Chelsea.
Hello, Junior, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Boo boo.
Junior, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, I can hear you.
Doc, can you hear me?
Okay, I was asking, what was the question again, please?
We have a game. We have a game on Tuesday. Arsenal, Chelsea. What are your predictions?
Okay. Oh, prediction. Okay. My prediction is it's 3-1 to Arsenal.
Okay, Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. Thank you very much. Baba, what's your prediction?
2-0.
Arsenal 2,
Yeah.
Chelsea 0. Tupo, what is your prediction? You have to go there. It's going to be brief and fast. Mr. Uri, what is your prediction?
Score draw.
What do you say?
Score draw. Score
Draw.
draw.
Score draw.
Score draw. 1-1, 2-2. Score draw.
Okay, it will be a draw. Mr. Olson, what's your prediction?
3-2 Arsenal to go through.
3-2 Arsenal to go through. Mr. Chidi, what's your prediction for Chelsea's game on Tuesday?
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. Mr. APG, what's your prediction for the game on Tuesday?
I think it's going to be 2-1 Arsenal too. That's what I think.
Okay, 2-1 Arsenal. Thank you very much, guys. Why is everybody predicting for Arsenal to concede apart from Baba? Don't we? What about the defense? Or are we going to play a second 11? Well,
No, we're playing
You
the full
can't take
team.
away
We're playing the
from
full
the fact that Chelsea, they've got a good attack. Kopama is back. I think they're gonna play a strong squad.
okay.
Arteta should not keep. They're gonna play a very strong squad because this is about the only the only competition that they can perhaps win.
Chelsea is in the Champions League and we find believe that because they
Chelsea
have
will not
played
win the
before,
Champions League. They are not. No. There's no. I don't think they'll find Champions League.
that's what we think. We need to the people that they don't they underestimate the go far. But
Yeah.
this Arsenal family, and I thank you again, guys, for coming. This Arsenal football class. You know, this is the first meeting for the first podcast for the year. Um, it has not been we didn't start early or I would say we didn't fill the studio early enough. I know the time frame matter. I actually try to work with the best time for people, like the people in the UK or the people in Nigeria. Yeah, for me here is 2 p.m. It's 3 p.m. I know there is so it's night already. So I try to ensure the podcast does not disturb our games and it doesn't disturb our resting or relaxation time. So again, I would reach out to everybody. We have to come collectively to choose a better time to suit us so that we can do this after every game. Is that possible? Can we do this after, because I'm available? I can create time to do this after every maybe league game or Champions League game. What do you guys think?
Absolutely
Victor,
possible.
can I suggest?
Go ahead. Suggest something. Let's do
Can we do a watch along this midweek game?
Is the midweek game? Are you saying it's Saturday? Sorry, are you saying
The Chelsea match.
So the EFL game is on Tuesday.
EFL.
Why not? We can do a watch along. Why not?
Yeah,
Although you know how it is, some of you shout goal and we are still trying to see the corner and the
Again, you what?
Just wind you go wind your TV. Just wind now, make it go fast forward.
some people
Quick.
will go. Some people will shout goal.
Wait, let me say something. Like,
Go ahead.
you know, like for me, the watch along sometimes. It's gonna be difficult because sometimes I watch from my phone. You know, I watch from my phone. You know, so I hardly do DSTV. So it's gonna be difficult while. So because of the what's it
We'll
called,
be
the
running the
network,
comments for you. We'll be updating
you
you.
know,
Don't
so
worry.
it's gonna be difficult to do watch along.
Yeah, maybe
We'll
you
be
can put
updating
the
you.
studio back out. Yes, but okay.
Okay.
The house says watch along on Tuesday. I'll program it today. Tuesday, same time. Same time, right? And when is the match? What time is the match for Tuesday?
It should be 8.
8 o'clock or 7:45.
7:45. Okay.
That's
Okay.
UK time. I think it's about 9 Nigerian time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we
That's
do,
9 o'clock Nigerian time.
we'll come in, I'll create it, we'll come in maybe 30 minutes before the game starts. Everybody will get the link so we can come here, discuss before we start the game. Is that okay?
No problem.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so thank you guys. And thank you, Zero Down, Gugu, Baba, Tupo, Ui, Osa, Chidi, Mr. APG.
Yeah,
Sorry.
thanks for
Thank you,
having
everybody.
me.
This
Come on, you
Yeah.
guys.
it has come to stay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So it is for us
Thanks
all,
for having me.
the man with the key. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Enjoy your week ahead.
Have a lovely week, everyone.
Come on, you
Thank you.
guys.
You
Bye.
too.
See you
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
come on, you go
Thank
nice.
you.
See you
Congratulations,
on
everyone.
Tuesday.
6 points. 6 points clear.
Yeah, let's do it on